Hello, friends. Welcome back to Pollywog's Place. As the seasons shift, our garden starts telling a different story. The cool mornings are becoming warmer, the days are getting hotter, and many of our spring vegetables are just about give out. We like to practice something called chop and drop at this time of year. Rather than pulling the whole plant out, we cut it off and leave it lay to decompose and give back to the soil where it grew. Nature wastes nothing. We also grow certain plants for this purpose. So, one of the things that we've come to appreciate is that some plants can earn their place in the garden simply because of how much they can give back to the soil. Lemongrass is one of our favorites. It grows into large clumps, and we can trim the leaves throughout the season and lay them directly around nearby plants. They create a protective mulch that helps conserve moisture, suppress weeds, and slowly break down to feed the soil. Another incredible plant for this purpose is called pigeon pea. Not only does it produce edible peas, but it's also a nitrogen-fixing plant, which helps improve soil fertility. Throughout the growing season, we prune the branches and leaves and lay them right on the beds as mulch. These prunings become food for the soil while the deep roots help loosen the ground and bring nutrients closer to the surface. When we intentionally grow plants whose purpose is to nourish the garden itself, we're working with God's design. Every leaf returned to the earth becomes a beautiful part of a cycle of renewal. Instead of constantly bringing in mulch or fertilizer from somewhere else, our garden can produce much of what it needs on its own. It's a gentle reminder that healthy gardens aren't built overnight. They're cultivated little by little, season after season, as we faithfully care for the soil that sustains everything else. The blanket of organic matter will become mulch, which helps protect the soil from our hot summer sun. It keeps moisture in, feeds the microorganisms below the surface, and slowly returns nutrients back into the earth. The roots left behind can also decompose and create tiny pathways that improve the soil structure and feed the life that is happening beneath our feet. Every season leaves a gift for the next one. And as the cool season crops begin to fade, the garden is already welcoming its summer family. The yacon is stretching taller and taller every day, quietly storing energy for the harvest to come. Rosellas are beginning to take off and will eventually reward us with the beautiful crimson calyxes that are perfect for teas, jams, and syrups. Jerusalem artichokes are reaching towards the sky, promising cheerful flowers and abundant tubers later in the year. The luffas are just getting started, climbing higher and higher each day, reminding us that patience often brings the sweetest rewards. Peppers are loving the warmth, and before long, they'll be covered in colorful fruit. And the sweet potatoes are beginning to spread across the beds, creating a living mulch that shades the soil while producing a harvest beneath the surface. Everywhere I look, the garden is changing. Some plants are finishing their purpose, while others are just beginning theirs. It's a beautiful reminder that every season has its own work. As gardeners, it's easy to focus on what's ending, but God often works through seasons of transition. What appears to be an ending is often preparing the way for new growth. Ecclesiastes 3:1 reminds us, "To everything there is a season and a time for every purpose under heaven." And the garden lives this truth every single year. Nothing is wasted. Even the plants we cut down continue serving the garden long after their harvest is finished. May we learn to live the same way, trusting that God is always at work beneath the surface, using every season to prepare us for the next. Thank you so much for spending a few peaceful moments with us in the garden today. We hope this encourages you to embrace the beauty of each season and remember that just like in the garden, God is always growing something good. So until next time, may your garden and your heart continue to flourish. May your roots grow deep and your spirit stay nourished. God bless.